okay tonight. And I would like to give a special shout out to the majority of this crowd. I'm basically paying them to laugh. Get it for Joyce, everybody. Yeah. Because hope she doesn't get her Prozac filled or else she won't be a comedian anymore. Nah, I'm just kidding, Joyce. You're great. Oh, yeah. See, I thought that the open mics were going to be before the features, right? So I was going to come out here and I was going to say this, but I figured out a way that I could tell this joke anyways, because I think it's still applicable, really. Here in a little bit, all the people doing open mics will understand that 5 minutes is not a long time, no matter what she tells you. I mean, you walk out and you finally hit your stride and you're getting all your punchlines, and then bam, it's over. And just like normal, the other party's either left laughing or disappointed. So, yeah. Oh, a little bit about me. I was in the military for a little while. I've been working IT for 11 years, and I'm going to be getting married soon. Also, I've got, some kids, and I'm in transition. Yeah, it's not something you hear a lot in the South. I'm transitioning from fat to athletic. My trainer says I'm in that fathletic stage, which is kind of upsetting because he's not actually my trainer. He's just the guy that I work with, and he's mean to me. so yeah, I'm too broke to have a trainer. I can't even afford a diet. No, it's got. I don't know if y'all work. I'm from a place where it's really easy to order your coffee. Actually, you walk up to them, you tell them, you say, I want, want a coffee. You want cream or sugar in it? And I'm like, no or yes. And they're like, okay. And they hand you your sugar or your coffee. Same thing sometimes. But I was up at the counter and I couldn't quite figure it out. And I was like, you know what, just give me a black coffee. And he leans in and he says, you want cream or sugar? And I said, oh, full disclosure, I just watched Bert Kreischer live, okay? And he is my favorite, he's my inspiration, kind of thing. So if you've heard this bit from him, you know where this is going. I said, no, I wanted to get picked first for at the playground. Yeah, I laughed, he laughed, it was all great. And then he leaned over and he said, so you wanted to get lynched for whistling at a white woman, is that right? And I was like, hold on now, Jim Crow. I know we're from Alabama and y'all were a little bit late to the people on property party, but we all got on that bandwagon, I thought. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I said, I've worked in IT for 11 years now, and let me tell you, working in IT, you can get quite the resilience against stupidity. I mean, you deal with it day in and day out. Like for example, there was this one time I was working at a hospital, and this lady calls me and she goes, "Hey, the LSM is making this horrid racket." And I was like, "Okay, well, try unplugging it and let it sit for a little bit, and then plug it back in." And she did, and it made it work. But now we both have court dates because the kid couldn't live without the life support. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what she was talking about, man. No. It's actually gotten to the point where have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again is something I say so often that it's just my default response for everything, which got me in trouble when my wife told me that her dad had cancer. Because that wasn't the answer she was looking for. Yeah. And in working with computers, people just assume that if it's electronic, you can fix it, right? They'll bring you anything. And I'm like, no, Grandma, I don't know why your vibrator isn't charging anymore. Why is it slimy? Let's try cleaning up the charger port with it. I'm not touching it. No, and the real thing is whenever you walk into the room and it just starts working, like your presence just fixes all electronics or intimidates them into working. And so I'm here to break the news to everyone. That is completely true. I am in fact a wizard, and my mere presence does intimidate all electronics into working properly. It just makes it really weird whenever I have to go to the neighbor's house and stand in her corner while she films for her OF account. The adults know what I'm talking about. No. I was in the military, yeah. Did 5 years in the Marine Corps. Went overseas to Afghanistan. Went to Japan. So I always find it funny when people are like, oh, America has the most advanced military in the world. I'm like, yeah, we do have some pretty cool stuff, but it's being operated by morons. I have met them. For example, I witnessed a grown man put a blue body grenade down his pants. Now, blue body grenade is a training grenade, okay? And it was all because some kid looked at him and said, no balls. And I said, well, he won't after it explodes. So after the concussive force of the explosion, he in fact did have no balls. Yeah. These are the kids that we're relying to win our wars. These are also the kids that were eating Tide Pods 5 years ago. Yeah. That was a white people challenge. It had to be. They had white people written all over it. I mean, let's actually look at this. Black people are a bit too busy, they have this huge self-preservation instinct, which, I mean, it's kind of my fault, or our fault, right? I get it. Asians are way too smart to do something that stupid, and Indians have way too many convenience stores. So white people are the only ones with a low enough IQ and enough time to come up with something like that. And they didn't want to stop at Tide Pods. No. Remember the coronavirus challenge? Kids were running around licking things that people were touching? Yep. Or the bird box thing? That's why we have all these the disclaimers on everything. Yeah, the bird box thing was where, if you're unaware of it, it's where they would blindfold themselves and then drive their car into whatever was in front of them, apparently. I don't know. But it got me thinking, it's kind of our fault, right? I mean, we did it first. I put a blindfold on and walked through my entire house one time. And back whenever I was young, I would lick the bottom of the hot tub. They aren't original. They're just recording it. We did it first. Nah. Kids. I have a niece, God bless her soul. She came up to me the other day and unironically asked me why the sun moves across the sky. This is an actual question. And I said, well, before I answer this question, does the sun move around the earth or does the earth move around the sun? Now, she's almost in high school, guys, and she looks at me and she says, well, obviously the sun goes around the earth since it crosses the sky. And she was offended whenever I told her she was wrong. This is the same kid that came in and said dinosaurs are still alive. And I said, well, please explain. And I was hoping that you would say, something like alligators or something like that. No. She said chickens. I said, excuse me? She goes, they're just evolved T-Rexes. I said, chickens are birds. She goes, no, they're not. They can't fly. I said, these are the... Sorry, I'm going to get off on a little bit of a rant here, because my friends know exactly what I think about public education. We keep sending our kids to these insane asylums and wondering and hoping that they'll come back smarter than when we sent them, but instead they come back with stained black tongues from licking the bus floors. These are the same kids that still think that tadpoles turn into turtles. Yeah. These are the people that are going to be voting in 4 short years, and when we have actual Kanye West as president, they're going to, and we ask why, and they're going to be like, oh, we did it for the lulz. I mean, these are the same kids that think that Leonardo da Vinci was the guy who played in the movie with the bear. Okay, it was The Departed, and he earned that Oscar. All right. Oh no. I am a parent, and you do learn a whole lot from having kids, particularly from toddlers. You can learn what the meaning of happiness is, what the look of pure joy is, and really how to dig deep for that last nerve. Anyways, and you also figure out what's important in life, because whatever the toddler has in their hand is the most important thing in the world to them. With mine, most of the time, it's like a sucker stick. They've been chewed off the sucker and they're just holding that nasty, slimy, rolled up paper. Like, hey, give me the paper. No. Give me the paper. No. Give me the paper. And then after you finally rip it out of their grubby little slimy hands, they drop the most disrespectful burn on you that you've ever received. And you don't have one clue what they said, but you want to kind of cuddle up next to a six-pack and cry about it afterwards. And you can't hit them. You can't hit them. That's apparently against the law. I learned that the hard way. But imagine if an adult male acted like that. You would feel obliged, like morally obligated to punch him in the mouth, right? Or at least I feel like you would. Imagine it. Tom, I need those results. No. Tom, please, give me the results. No. Tom, give me, no, I don't want, no. You stink and you smell like poopy. You see, Tom? What happened is you found out because you... Alright, so I'm going to tell you all a story. Alright, this is a story about how I realized how fragile masculinity truly is, okay? I have a good friend who brought me this peanut to taste. And in case y'all couldn't tell, I am white. I know this because I enjoy other things that white people enjoy, like country music and football and getting out of tickets. So whenever my white friend brings me a peanut and says, hey, do this death nut challenge with me, not that kind. I'm thinking, he's white, I'm white, this can't be that bad. And I was wrong. So apparently, if y'all, to catch y'all up, the death nut challenge is a peanut that has been infused with the sun. And it has 16 million Scoville units of heat. I'm assuming I said that right. So whenever this was presented, whenever he presented this black box with a skull painted on the front, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And whenever he removed the package from it that could best be described as contains radioactive material, still didn't think anything of it. Whenever he ripped it open and the smell of Satan's taint on a hot summer evening filled the air, I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't a good idea. But I said I would do it. I'm a man of my word. I don't go back on it unless I say I'll do the dishes. My wife knows that that's right. And so whenever I placed this peanut on my tongue and I was assaulted by the living embodiment of pain, gouging me in the eyes, I thought I couldn't do anything. I had mucus coming out of my face. It was tears everywhere. It was terrible. It was terrible. But I was holding it together. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a man about this. And I rubbed my eyes with the wrong hand, and immediately began to sob hysterically. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this anymore. I can't do this. And I'm going through my head. I'm trying to figure out something. I have to reach for some memory of some way that I've been in more pain than I am right now. Getting kicked in the nads by a soccer player. No, that doesn't work. Breaking my collarbone playing sports. Nope, that's not as bad. My dad never coming home from getting the milk. Close, but not as bad. So I was like, I've got to do something. I have to do something. So I reach deep and I grab onto any lift confidence that I have in my body and I say, I am an alpha male. But it came out more like, I'm an alpha male. And as I slump down to my knees and fall into the fetal position, my friends gather around, laughing, not helping. And I realize this is what happens when masculinity is too toxic. How could this happen to me? I need a loose day. Alright, thanks everybody. That's all I've got.
Let's keep it going for